Maria, and today I'm going to show you how to fix the 414 Request-URI Too Large error. The 414 Request URL Too Large error is a configuration issue. They're troublesome because it often means there's a critical issue somewhere between your browser and a server. In this case, a 414 error means that the URL is too long for the server to process. While there are some distinct differences between the two, in this video, URI and URL will be used interchangeably to keep things simple. But before we get too far, I want to let you know that there will be links to more resources in the video's description. And remember, subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications for future helpful content. So, let's get started. Here's a list of tools and skills you'll need for fixing a 414 error. Admin access to your server. One of the many secure file transfer protocol clients available. A clean and current backup on hand in case you need to restore. A text editor, though this might not be necessary for you if you're a Kinsta customer. You'll find your SFTP credentials within the My Kinsta dashboard, along with some other handy functionality to get into your server. Before you crack open the hood on your server and set it to work, you may want to carry out some pre-steps first. First, a WordPress plugin might generate long URLs as part of its functionality. Full-featured, all-in-one security plugins can be a prime candidate here, especially if they offer lots of functionality. It's hard to know at a glance whether a plugin could be at fault, but it's worth investigating its specific settings for a dedicated option to restrict the length of URLs. If so, toggling this could solve the 414 error within seconds. Under normal circumstances, though, there are a few other tasks you can carry out to help you diagnose the error. Check your server logs for mentions of the error or any other identifying entries. Your browser developer tools may give you some indication of the error's issue, especially your console. You may want to contact the plugin's developers if you found that a plugin is at fault. Even so, if you've exhausted all of your outreach and top-level checks, it's time to venture on. The fix for the 414 error is to alter a server configuration file. Before moving forwards with the actual steps required, let me remind you that touching server configurations requires advanced knowledge, and if not done properly, it could bring up more issues than you had before. So if you'd like to stay on the safe side of things, please reach out to your hosting support team and ask for help. If you're a Kinsta customer, reach out to support so we can investigate the issue further. If you're not with Kinsta, here's what you'll need to do to fix the error. You have to get into the server before you work on it, and this is where your SFTP skills come into play. Check out the resources below as we have provided a tutorial on how to get into your site through SFTP. Once logged in, there are mainly two types of web servers, those based on Apache and those on Nginx, like what we use at Kinsta. If you're not sure what web server you're using, Apache servers use a .htaccess file for basic server configuration, and it will be located in your root directory. This isn't the file you need to fix the 414 Request-URI Too Large error, though. In this case, you'll need to go deeper into your advanced configuration settings. These are found not at your site's root folder, but the server's root. When you log into your site through SFTP, you'll often come to a directory that contains all of your sites, along with some other files. In many cases, you can go up a couple of levels to a server root directory. This will give you a few more directories to traverse. Among them will be the etc. folder. The full path of the configuration file will be located here. For Nginx servers, the process is similar. Again, if you're hosting with Kinsta, please reach out to our support to get help with this issue. If you're not with Kinsta, the configuration file should be found here. Much like how Apache and Nginx servers have different configuration files, they also have different settings to adjust. Regardless of your server type though, you'll need to open it in an editor if you haven't already done so. Our preferred approach would be to download the file to your computer, duplicate it locally, work on the copy, and upload it back to the server. For Apache configuration files, look for the limit request line setting or add it to the bottom of your file if it's not there. For the value, use at least 128K. If you need to go higher than this, keep to multiples of 2. For Nginx servers, you're looking for the large client header buffer setting. Here, you'll see two values relating to number and size. For example, large client header buffers 8K. The only figure you need to alter here is the size. You can go from 8K to around 128K. Although you may need to increase this further, again in multiples of 2. Once you're done, save your changes and upload your configuration file back to your server. At this point, check your site again, and the 414 Request-URI Too Large error should have disappeared. Kinsta's WordPress hosting can speed up your site by up to 200%, and you'll get 24/7 support from our expert WordPress engineers. Let us show you the Kinsta difference. Try a free demo of our My Kinsta dashboard at demo.kinsta.com. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials, explainers, and helpful content like this.